Why do humans across every epoch and culture strain toward the infinite? I was thrilled by that question of Max Muller because I've been asking the same thing for years, but I was hoping he would fully explore the deepest reason. He did, yet mostly through linguistic evolution and comparative mythology. I felt truly inspired, but still not satisfied. To my surprise, while reading Whitehead at the same time, he might be trying to think it through in this very chapter. The core mechanism is appetition. Everything from cells to humans is inherently restless. It perceives not only its own past, but also a field of unrealized possibilities ranked hierarchically by an ultimate order. This ultimate order, Whitehead framed it as primordial nature, is the eternal, complete evaluation of all possibilities. It allows every forming thing to distinguish which possibilities are meaningful and which are not. This meaningfulness or relevance comes precisely from the primordial activity of this ultimate order. Without it, the infinite is empty. With it, the infinite becomes a lure that draws us to pursue. For Whitehead, this ultimate order is not a personal deity, but a timeless, inherent structure of reality itself, a cosmic framework that gives shape and significance to all potentialities. Is the reason our longing for the infinite. The order grades possibilities as more or less relevant, making the infinite feel not like a vague abstraction, but a tangible, compelling pull. The same pulse that makes you scroll your phone at 2 a.m. is the same pulse that makes a leaf chase sunlight. Predictive coding in the human brain offers one instance. Hierarchical Bayesian models generate priors over sensory streams. Prediction errors drive active inference. Carl Friston's free energy framework shows organisms minimizing expected surprise, not merely to survive, but to enlarge the space of viable futures. Photosynthetic reaction centers exploit coherent superpositions to sample multiple energy transfer pathways simultaneously. A jazz improviser hears the chord changes and reaches for a phrase that has never existed in that exact moment. We stack blocks higher than stability allows, collapse a tower, and begin again. The drive is the lure of an unachieved form, height, symmetry, defiance of gravity. When we imagine future events, we simulate multiple possible scenarios, updating predictions based on past experiences. My dog sits by the door minutes before I reach for the leash, tail thumping in anticipation of a walk that has not yet begun. He is prehending the graded possibility of open air, motion, scent, eternal objects ranked as relevant by the same primordial act that lures the engineer, the improviser, the cell. These are the same metaphysical principle enacted at different scales, the differential between the achieved definite and the divinely valued possible, driving the creative advance. I used to pathologize the knot in my chest when I lie awake, mapping next moves, next decades, next centuries. Modern culture calls it anxiety. Therapy prescribes mindfulness apps to stay in the present. But I have felt bone deep that the present is a lie. Every thought is already leaning forward. It is just the signature of actuality. Maybe we should just accept that and stop making it negative. It's how we're wired to grab onto the infinite that's stitched right into our everyday lives. Instead of fighting that urge to lean into what's next, let's just embrace it. It's not something that needs to be fixed. Nobody can ever fix that. That's just what it means to be alive. But we don't just pursue the infinite. We crave to understand it because our very existence is stitched into that ultimate order. The finite world we observe is never enough because it's only a fragment of the full spectrum of possibility. Is our intuition for the infinite a byproduct of being part of a reality that's inherently oriented toward more? We can't stop. To understand the infinite is to understand our own place in the cosmic story, to feel fully alive in the tension between what is and what might be.